What's going on, everybody? Mike here over at Stop Motion Toys, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. Now, it's been a while and I had to get a new camera. If you couldn't tell by the overall definition of the camera, I'm no longer using my phone. The phone sucked very badly. I'm trying to get this laptop to work I got. It's having a lot of problems, so you know, I might just bring my actual tower in here and use it to do everything. But anyways, last time I showed you guys what I had was the little 5-inch Legacy figures from a few years back. It's pretty. Here, let's do this. No. There we go. It's about as close as I can get with it staying in focus. And this was the figure, one of the figures I showed you guys last. It's a 5-inch Legacy figure. Not much going on with articulation. The wrist, you know, at the forearm here rotates, and that's about it. You know, the shin guards, they do the same thing. They rotate, and you got a little bit of knee movement, but you got a lot of thigh movement. So that was pretty decent. But these weren't the figures I was actually wanting. I mean, they're nice. They're very nice for display. You know, if you can get them for decently cheap, I would say go for it. I mean, as far as everything else goes, like here. Pink Ranger. Big problem. Always been a problem. You know, brought up in a lot of reviews. No leg movement. There's no leg movement. So, you know, that was always a problem. But one cool thing that they did come with was weapons. They came with great weapons, and it turned into the Power Blaster. Now, to my recollection myself, I only know of one or two that come with the weapons that can actually form the Power Blaster, and I got lucky enough to happen to come across them. All figures, all weapons, all everything. And I was very happy with that, especially with the weapons. The weapons I seen online and everything else, it's very hard to come across. So, I was very pleased with that. But, then I turn around, and they got new figures out. Just came out this year. I didn't even know about them until recently, and I had to get them. So, I know you've seen it in the last video, the Yellow Ranger. I had in some poses. And the White Ranger, which I also had in some poses. Pretty freaking awesome. So, went out. I didn't go out. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. I went online and I found the rest of them. I have the Red Ranger on its way. Like I said, I had them in poses. Now, as you can see, the Pink Ranger still has leg movement restrictions. Even with the slit in the dress, it's not a lot of leg movement. Okay, so let's go to like the Black Ranger. One of my favorites, just because I love the way it looks. I love the way the helmet looks. I love the articulation in these guys. It's really awesome. So, the ankles, everything. Just so much articulation. So, here is one of the newer Legacy figures. Let's see if I can stand them up here. There we go. Versus one of the old ones. Now we can see how much bigger one of the new ones are. Now see, here's the monster I got. And here's the figure I got. So here's the monster, which is great size for this figure. Now, if I was just to use, Now if I was just to use this, that's just way too big. The monster is way too big for the figure. It just doesn't match up. You know, the same thing goes for the Megazord and the guy. I mean, look at this. That's not okay. So, yeah, that's why I also ordered the mini plies. Okay? Now, what I really came here to show you Dragonzord. Let me move the Megazord back so I can push this back a little bit more. There we go. Now it's in the scene. Let's see if we can focus just a little bit. There we go. So, Megazord. Legacy Edition. I think it's like 2013, something like that. About a quarter of it's die cast. Very nice. Very well made. Like how they got the whole story on there. The Dragonzord stats, all that. Oops. Sorry. Trying to get used to this camera. Anyways, here's the box. I've already opened it. It's been a while. I tried to record this on my phone when I first got the character, and it kept stopping the recording because of my memory. So I'm tired of dealing with my phone. So using this good camera. It's a Canon. I don't know what model. It's a really nice one, but there's the box. So, after the box, we got the Dragonzord. Now, the Dragonzord is pretty freaking awesome. One thing I can say I love is the tail articulation. I mean, look at that. You can mimic full motion of the tail. Feet are nice. They're die cast, so it's nice and heavy. It's not going anywhere. These are die cast, the little flaps, they come up, which the knees kind of tuck into. The hands are rubber, like a rubbery plastic. This is plastic. These side shields are die cast, and the feet are die cast. I think that's, besides this bottom here, not the tail itself, but whew. As you can see, the tail goes in really nicely. But this bottom piece here, that's die cast as well. That's the only die cast in the figure that I can tell of so far. So it's very nice, very well put together. I like it. I like it a lot. And then here's your Megazord. I'm not going to transform him, at least not right now. Maybe some other time. But there we go, guys. I wanted to show you I got a lot of legacy figures, and I got the last Red Ranger on his way. Yes, I got the Green Ranger, of course. I can't start a collection and not finish it. I mean, that's just, he's a little loose. I mean, look at that. See how fast he bent over? But there we go. Now he's standing. He's a little weird looking, but he's standing. He looks awesome. Aside from, you know, the stance and stuff. He looks awesome. The articulation is what I loved about them. That's why I had to get these Legacy figures, because the articulation is just amazing. And right now on Amazon you can get most of them. The blue, the black, the pink, the yellow, and the white for around 20 bucks. So I'd recommend checking that out. If these are figures that you want, then I would definitely go check it out now. If they're not in your area, check your Walmart too. Walmart, Walgreens, Target, Toys R Us, all that, because there's no telling where they're at right now. They're all over the place, they're scattered, and stores are getting them in different times, different waves, different quantities. So if you really want them, go out, try to get them from the store first. They're only 20 bucks in the store, flat price, $19.99. okay, of course plus taxed, wherever you're at. But online, the other ones can go a little more pricey, especially for the Green Ranger and the Red Ranger. I paid more for the green and the red myself. Not much, but enough. So if you can find them in stores, get them in stores. And until next time, guys, later.